Hello, YouTubers. Hello, gal pals. Hello, gents. This is Palm Springs Cindy coming to you on a Sunday night, and I'm so excited to be here with you because I've had such a great afternoon and I really want to share it. So on Sundays here at Trilogy, we have something called Social Sunday. And what that means is for $10, we go up to the clubhouse and we have lunch and 2 cocktails. So the $10 counts for lunch and 2 drinks. They don't, it can be a soda or whatever. And then they have live music, and it's a time, they have a popcorn machine, and it's a time for people that live here to get together and socialize. So I have gone to, this was probably my 3rd Social Sunday. And I met my friend Bobby up there, who I adore. She's just darling, and you guys have already met her and been to her home. I've had the cameras at her home before. And so we had, for lunch it was a nice little salad. It was very thinly sliced tomatoes, full tomato slices. Yellow and red tomatoes, and I'm going to call it rocket lettuce, that very woodsy lettuce with pita bread and a balsamic vinaigrette as a dressing. So they scooped the tomatoes and the rocket lettuce on your plate, and then they added on top of that the pita bread. And then along with that, we had a wonderful clam chowder soup. Now, I'm not crazy about clam chowder. I'm not crazy about clam anything. Keyword clam. So we had clam chowder soup. Well, the soup is delicious, except that I tried to avoid any little nuggets of clam because they're just gross. I mean, they're just, in my opinion, they're just chewy and rubbery, and I don't like that. But they also had potatoes in the soup and celery, and it was very good. Okay, so that was our meal. And as you can see, I'm looking out the window because it's still light enough outside where I can see who's driving by. So then after the social Sunday runs from 2 o'clock to, I want to say 4 o'clock. But maybe it's 5 o'clock. Anyway, the music, they have, live music. Well, then after everybody finishes their late lunch, once again, one gal finally got up and started dancing. And then after she got up, a few more of us got up and started dancing. Well, we had a blast. We made like a big circle, and everybody was dancing in the circle, and then every once in a while, 1 or 2 of us would walk inside the circle and do our little dance and then walk back. And then for the gals or guys that were shy, we'd like coax them. We'd go, your turn, kind of push them out into the center of the circle for them to do their little dance. So anyway, we did that. We had so much fun, and the music was just perfect. So then the DJ was like, okay, it's our last song. And we were like, what? So after they played the last song, we got together, and I said, why don't we come to my house? I have, I've got great music, and I have, this is what I have for all of us to drink. And if you want something different, you can bring it yourself. So anyway, they were like, yeah. And so I met a lot of people today. And then I came home. I tried to get a little bit of a head start because I needed to come home and tidy things up a little bit. I wasn't expecting anybody. So I did. And then they came over, probably, I think it was like 15. And wives and husbands and some single gals and married gals. And so we just had the best time. We got to know each other because most of the people that came to my house this afternoon were from my neighborhood. We're from like my streets, not over that way, so to speak. So they just left. We had the nicest time. We, enjoyed the music. We got to know one another. We shared stories. We chit-chatted. We laughed. We talked. We sang. We sat on the patio. So anyway, it was just a lovely Sunday afternoon, and I'm thrilled to get to know some of my neighbors, because my immediate neighbors I have really not been able to meet for whatever reasons. They're just really not available. So the people that I met today really are neighbors, but not immediate neighbors. So it was so nice to meet them, and so that was great. So here I am. As I'm looking at myself in this camera, it looks almost like I have a filter on. I did wipe off my camera screen, but it still looks a little bit filmy. I'm not sure if it's just the lighting, the time of day, or whatever. So I'm not sure. Okay, then I watched the show today. I was a bit fascinated. It was on Netflix, and it's called American Vandal. Now there's season 1, there's season 2. I don't know if there is a season 3, but season 1 was about this a high school in Oceanside, California. And well, it's kind of embarrassing to tell you what it was about, but I'll tell you the best that I can, and then if you're interested, you can look it up. If you like mysteries, if you like kind of like a whodunit, this is a really good whodunit, because, well, I'm not going to be a spoiler alert person. So, but anyway, it was about this high school in Oceanside and some vandalism that had happened. You may remember it. I think it took place in 2016, not 20 years ago or anything. And the kids in the school, they really were pointing at this one particular student that everybody believed had done this particular vandalism. And then a couple of his friends said, he's denying this, and what if he didn't do it? And so they go on a quest to find the truth. And in the meantime, they make this documentary. It's very well made, even though they're amateurs. At the end of the documentary, actually that documentary ends and it says season 2. It starts a new documentary about another high school in the state of Washington, a Catholic high school, St. Bernadette's or something like that. And the beginning of that documentary starts out with these 2 young boys from season 1 who shot or filmed the American Vandal documentary about this graffiti situation. Well, Netflix contacted these 2 young men and said, "We like your documentary, we like your style, we would like to support you, give you some money so you can have better equipment, travel time, maybe hire a few people, and find another high school vandal situation to do a documentary on." So then season 2 is on the St. Bernadette's high school, a very interesting kind of vandalism that I'm not going to talk about, but you'll find out if you tune in. But it is quite interesting, quite different. And so that's what I watched today. Actually, I watched it last night and then a little bit this morning. So American Vandal. And if you're interested, like I said, if you're interested in crime, whodunit, the mystery, the steps to find out, who the culprits were, it's a good documentary. True story. And with that being said, let's see, I really don't have anything else. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, not till late, like 2 in the afternoon or something. And then I spoke to one of my nieces, my niece that lives in La Jolla, and she has invited me down to stay, like she said, even stay a month. And I just may do that, which means that will hinder my job search. And I've been thinking about, you guys really had some great suggestions regarding my job search. That number 1, what about just tightening my belt, spending less, and being more frugal, and then maybe I won't need to have more money to spend. I like that idea. And then the other is I'm very concerned that my spending, and my daughter was helping me with this today, that if I, however much money more that I earn could kick me into another tax bracket. So I have to investigate that, because it would be silly to earn X amount more money a year and then have to pay X plus 1 in taxes. You know what I mean? So I'm going to investigate that. But with that being said, I really do appreciate you guys had a lot of really positive, interesting, very wise comments to share with me. So I thank you for that. I thank you for that. So, alrighty, you guys, I just wanted to share my fun afternoon. I do have some pictures. I'm going to load those onto the end of this video. So, in your own way, maybe you can pretend like you were part of the party, because in my brain, the committee in my head says you were. So with that, P.S. I love you. Mwah. Until our next conversation.
Know that I gave it my all. I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. 'Cause you're the As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I